When will Anthony Edwards finally deliver on his promise to a 38-year-old veteran? After being traded and flipped twice, then waived by the Hornets, Mike Conley is now on the verge of returning to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Edwards once said he wanted to win a championship for Conley. How much longer does the 38-year-old point guard have to wait? Before the start of the 2024 playoffs, inside the Timberwolves film room, Chris Finch finished his tactical breakdown and the players got up to leave. Conley stopped them. As teammates looked on in confusion, he spoke up, "I don't think anybody wants it more than me. Selfishly, do it for me, man. Help me out. Meet me at my level right now because I don't got long. Y'all got forever, it feels like." The room fell silent. Conley rarely talks about basketball using the word I. He usually says we. That moment was one of the few times he allowed himself to be selfish. In February 2023, Conley arrived in Minnesota. At 37, there was still fuel in the tank. He is meticulous about body maintenance, no receding hairline, no gray hair, no shortcuts. The 2023-24 season was his first full year with the Timberwolves. He played 76 regular season games, his highest total since 2013. Given his age, Finch suggested resting him on back-to-backs. Conley refused. "I'm good. I can still go." And he proved it. He averaged 11.4 points and 5.9 assists, shot 44.2% from three, third in the league, and posted an assist-to-turnover ratio of 4.4, fifth best in the NBA. He could shoot, pass, defend, and protect the ball. Just as importantly, Conley brought experience and leadership. Back in the 2018-19 season, he won the NBA Teammate of the Year award. Minnesota hoped Conley could guide their young franchise cornerstone, Anthony Edwards. From film sessions to road flights, Conley sat next to Edwards. After about a month, Conley handed him a video. It was a compilation of Edwards' pick-and-roll turnovers. He explained, "I'm the point guard, but I'll give you the keys. I'll space to the weak side. You have to learn to read the defense, especially in the pick-and-roll. You can't just put your head down and attack. You have to react to coverage and make the right decision." Conley didn't just break down film. He trained with Edwards, shared recovery routines, and passed down habits built over nearly 2 decades. He constantly reminded him, "Don't assume you'll always have more chances. Even when you're young, when an opportunity comes, you go all in. You never know what the future holds." Edwards, in turn, deeply respected Conley. He once told him that when he was 8 years old, playing NBA video games, Conley's Grizzlies were always his pick. They became mentor and protege, brothers in basketball. Before the 2024 playoffs, after that film room plea, Edwards gave his answer. "Before you leave here, we're winning a championship." What followed was a run that felt magical. Minnesota swept Phoenix. Then they battled Denver for 7 games, pulling off a 20-point comeback in Game 7 to eliminate the defending champions. Conley reached the Western Conference Finals for the first time in 11 years. As he walked toward the tunnel, Edwards sprinted over and wrapped him in a hug. For the first time in a long while, Conley smiled. He had waited so long, finally back on the conference final stage, one step closer to a dream that once felt impossibly distant. But the ending was cruel. In the Western Finals, facing a Mavericks team with every advantage, Minnesota fell 1-4. 1 year later, history repeated itself. In Game 5 of the 2025 Western Conference Finals, the Timberwolves were blown out 124-94 by Oklahoma City. It was Conley's 3rd career loss in the conference finals, and his 2nd straight season falling short. He walked off the court in a daze. At 37 years and 229 days old, Conley knew his 18th NBA season had once again ended without a championship. At the post-game press conference, he sat quietly, visibly shaken. Beside him, Edwards addressed the world. "Nobody's going to work harder than me this summer, I'll tell you that much. I'll try to make it happen again for Mike." In that moment, a 23-year-old star once again placed a 38-year-old veteran's championship dream squarely on his own shoulders. As if youth could somehow overpower time. Before the trade deadline, Minnesota first sent Conley to Chicago in a 3-team deal involving the Bulls and Pistons. Less than 24 hours later, the Bulls flipped him to Charlotte. Soon after, the Hornets officially waived him. By moving Conley, the Timberwolves trimmed their payroll to $194 million, below the first luxury tax line of $195.9 million, successfully avoiding the tax. Now, using the league's exception rules, they are set to bring Conley back. Once again, Mike Conley and Anthony Edwards will stand side by side, chasing the one thing that has always remained just out of reach, an NBA championship.